Life is a constant dance between focus and distraction. In a world that is filled with countless distractions, from social media notifications to the never-ending stream of news updates, staying focused on what truly matters has become more challenging than ever. However, the wisdom of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that has guided people through turbulent times for centuries, offers us timeless lessons on how to remain steadfast in the face of distractions. Stoicism teaches us the art of maintaining inner peace and resilience, regardless of the chaos that surrounds us. It emphasizes self-control, discipline, and the ability to focus on what we can control while letting go of what we cannot. In this video, we will explore how the principles of Stoicism can help us stay focused, even when life throws countless distractions our way. Through 7 key lessons, we will learn practical techniques that can guide us toward a more centered and purposeful life. Lesson 1. Create a dedicated workspace. Setting up a designated workspace is one of the most important things we can do to help us focus. This idea may seem easy, but it has a huge effect on our ability to focus. According to the Stoics, it was important to draw lines between different parts of life. They knew that having a space that is only used for work or school could help people concentrate a lot. It's not enough to just have a place to sit down and work to have a designated workspace. It has to do with making an atmosphere that tells your brain it's time to focus. Like Epictetus and Marcus Aurelius, the Stoics often talked about how one's surroundings can affect what they think and do. They thought that the space around us affects how we feel, and that if we can control our surroundings, we can better control our minds. Think of your office as a place where you can concentrate. This area should be free of anything that could distract you. It could be a part of your room, your home office, or even a desk in a coffee shop. It's easier to get into a deep state of attention when there aren't many things going on around you. Get rid of all the things that are in the way. Put your phone on quiet and make sure you can focus. Remember that the goal is to keep distractions to a minimum. Setting up a separate workspace is also in line with the Stoic idea of self-discipline. It will take your mind longer to get used to this place for focused work the more often you use it. Over time, just sitting down in your designated area will change the way you think and tell your brain it's time to concentrate. It's easy to mix up work and fun in this digital world. But just like the Stoics did by making clear divisions between work and free time, we can do the same between our places of work and places where we rest. Being away from each other helps our minds stay fresh and lets us be more present in whatever we're doing. So make your personal workspace today as a first step. Do your best to make it as cozy and free of distractions as you can. Then you'll be taking a big step toward getting your focus back in a world full of distractions. Lesson 2. Use the time blocking method. The Stoics were very good at keeping track of time. They knew that wasting time is one of the worst ways to ignore yourself because time is the most valuable thing we have. One way to stay focused that the Stoics taught us is to use the time blocking method, which helps us get the most out of each hour. Time blocking means setting aside specific amounts of time each day for a different job or task. Instead of using a to-do list, which can quickly become overwhelming, time blocking forces you to give each job a specific amount of time, which gives your day structure. He said, "It's not that we don't have enough time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Time blocking is a powerful way to make sure that every moment is used on purpose. You don't just plan your jobs when you use the time blocking method. You also promise to focus on them. Being fully present in every moment is something that Stoics believe in. If you set aside an hour to work on a project, for example, you promise to give it your full attention and not let anything else get in the way. First, plan your day ahead of time every morning for a few minutes. This will help you create time blocks. Break up your work into blocks of time and give each block a different job. Don't overestimate how long each job will take, and make sure you take breaks to keep from getting burned out. Being kind to yourself is an important part of Stoicism, so don't be too hard on yourself if things don't go as planned. If you need to, you can change your blocks, but try to stick to your plan as much as possible. They taught us that it's important to live in line with our nature, which means accepting both our skills and weaknesses. Time blocking helps you honor your body's natural processes, such as, if you know you're most productive in the morning, plan your hardest jobs for that time. Making sure your plan works with your natural energy levels will help you stay focused and get more done. Time blocking takes discipline to use, but the benefits are huge. If you don't try to do too many things at once, you'll have more time for the important things and less stress. Getting more done isn't the most important thing. What's most important is having a life that fits your values, as the Stoics taught. Lesson 3. Practice the 2-minute rule. One of the best ways to stay on track and avoid putting things off is to follow the 2-minute rule. This simple rule comes from the Stoic idea of acting right away. If a job takes 2 minutes or less, do it right away. The Stoics believe that people should act. In his famous work Meditations, Marcus Aurelius often told himself not to put off doing what needed to be done. The 2-minute rule fits nicely with the Stoic idea that you should act instead of putting things off. By starting on small jobs right away, you keep them from piling up and becoming bigger sources of stress. You can use the 2-minute rule to get things moving. When you quickly do small things like answering an email, clearing out your desk, or making a quick phone call, you feel good about yourself and can move on to bigger chores. This is based on the Stoic idea that small acts have big effects. Just by taking care of the little things right away, you clear your thoughts and make room for more important work. We can also learn how to get past the hesitancy that comes with starting something new from this rule. The Stoics thought that waiting was bad for growth. They told us to act right away, even if it was just a little thing, to get past the hesitation that often stops us. When you follow the 2-minute rule, you get into the habit of acting quickly, which can help you stay on task all day. It's simple to add the 2-minute rule to your daily practice. Ask yourself, can I finish this in 2 minutes? Every time you have a small job to do, do it right away if the answer is yes. This method not only gets rid of your list of things to do, but it also helps you be more focused and productive. It's a simple but effective way to use Stoic ideas to deal with problems in the present. By following the 2-minute rule, you'll feel less stressed and have a clearer mind. Because you're not thinking about the things you need to do but haven't yet. And it's much easier to stay focused when your mind is clear. The Stoics knew that small things can become big problems if you don't pay attention to them. Do what they did and take care of the little things right away. It's a small step toward living a more organized and focused life. Lesson 4. Implement digital boundaries. The constant stream of notifications, emails, and social media posts is one of the hardest things about staying focused in this digital age. Even though they lived in a different time, the Stoics knew how important it was to keep their minds clear of things that would confuse them. Not only with the people around them, but also with their own thoughts. They knew how to set limits. Setting digital limits is important if we want to stay focused in a world full of digital distractions. The Stoics believed in the practice of aletheia, which means not being affected by what's going on around you. The same is true for digital distractions. We need to train ourselves to stay focused. First, think about how you use your electronic gadgets. Are your alerts taking you away from your work all the time? Do you lose yourself in social media and scroll through it without thinking? If so, it's time to make some rules. Turn off messages that aren't necessary. Use apps that limit how much time you spend on social media, and plan to check your email at certain times every day. Making these easy changes can help you concentrate and get a lot more done. The idea of memento mori, or remembering that we will die, is another Stoic practice that can help us in this digital age. This may sound morbid, but it's a strong way to understand how things really are. Is this notification really worth my time? Will it matter in the big picture? By reminding yourself of how little time you have, you'll be more likely to focus on what's important and less likely to be distracted by small digital interruptions. Setting digital detox times is a good way to set limits on your use of technology. These are times when you put away all of your electronic gadgets and focus on things that happen in real life. Breaks like an hour before bed, a weekend without social media, or a trip where you don't use any technology at all can help you clear your mind and get back on track. Setting digital limits isn't just about getting rid of distractions. It's also about taking back your time and attention. Focusing on what we can change was very important to the Stoics. You might not be able to stop the internet from giving you information, but you can choose how to use it. This will help you live a more purposeful and focused life by making sure your actions are in line with your values. Lesson 5. Take strategic breaks. As Stoics, they knew how important it was to rest and heal. They knew that sometimes even the most focused minds need a break to get back to work. As one of the most important Stoic philosophers, Seneca wrote about how leisure can be just as useful as work. The same way, we need to learn how to take breaks in a smart way if we want to stay on task. There are short breaks called strategic breaks that can help you clear your mind. These breaks aren't meant to waste time. They're meant to help you stay focused on the long run. The Stoics believe that people should live in harmony with nature. Recognizing our natural need for rest is an important part of that balance. The Pomodoro technique is a good way to get things done. You work for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break. You take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes after every 4 rounds. This way of doing things fits with the Stoic principle of modesty, which says not to work so hard that you get exhausted, but to find a balance that lets you keep working. During your breaks, do things that will help you feel better. This could mean doing something like yoga, meditation, walking, or just going outside to get some fresh air. People knew the Stoics for their practice of contemplatio naturae, or thinking about nature. They did this to clear their minds and get a new viewpoint. The same is true for breaks. Spending time in outdoors can really help you clear your mind. Self-compassion is an important part of Stoic thought, and taking breaks is another way to practice it. Lots of times, Marcus Aurelius told himself in his meditations to take care of his mind and body. Not only are you keeping your focus, but you're also taking care of your general health by giving yourself breaks. Planned breaks are all about keeping up a steady pace. Life is not a sprint, it's a journey. The Stoics knew this very well and lived by the idea of balance. Taking breaks at the right times will give you more energy, help you concentrate better, and make you stronger to handle any problems that come your way. Lesson 6. Maintain a brain dump journal. Stoicism teaches us how important it is to have a clear mind. To stay focused, it's important to get rid of all the extra stuff in our thoughts. Writing in a brain dump book is one of the best ways to do this. You can get rid of all the thoughts, ideas, and problems that are going through your mind by doing this. This makes room in your mind to focus. What is a brain dump journal? It's just a place to write down everything that hits you. It could be things you need to do, thoughts you want to explore, or even fears that are taking your attention away. After writing down these thoughts, they will be easier to think about, which will help you concentrate better on the job at hand. This habit is very similar to the Stoic practice of writing in a book. In his book Meditations, Marcus Aurelius talks about how he used writing in a journal to think about his ideas, clear his mind, and stay true to his beliefs. The Stoics thought that writing down your thoughts helped you understand them better and take charge of them. This understanding is very important for staying focused. Make time every day, best in the morning or before you start a big task, to write in your own brain dump journal. Don't sort or filter your thoughts before writing them down. Just write down whatever comes to mind. The goal is to clear your mind of unnecessary things so you can concentrate on what's important. You'll find that this practice not only helps you stay focused, but also gives you a better sense of your own thoughts and goals as time goes on. It's a simple but effective way to think about yourself, get clear, and concentrate. Keeping a brain dump journal will help you deal with the many distractions in modern life while keeping your thoughts clear. Lesson 7. Practice mindful single-tasking. Mindful single-tasking is the last thing that Stoicism can teach us about staying focused. People today love to do many things at once, but the Stoics tell us how important it is to focus on one thing at a time. It was said by Epictetus, "If you want to get better, be happy to be thought foolish and stupid." This quote is a lesson that doing less can sometimes lead to better results. Giving one job your full attention without letting other things pull you away is what mindful single-tasking means. The Stoics believed that being fully present in the present moment was very important. They thought that if you pay attention to what you're doing right now, you can reach a state of flow where your body and mind are fully focused on the job at hand. Get rid of any distractions before you start practicing focused single-tasking. Put your phone away and close any tabs that aren't needed on your computer. Then make sure you have a quiet place to work where no one can bother you. Then, pick one job and promise to work on it for a certain amount of time without stopping. This could last 20 minutes, 40 minutes, or even an hour, based on how focused you are. Mindful one-tasking isn't just about getting things done. It's also about getting good results. Being concerned with how well they did their work was more important to the Stoics than how much they got done. Giving one job your full attention will not only help you finish it faster, but it will also help you make better work. This practice also fits with the Stoic idea of eudaimonia, which means seeking a life full of happiness and success. You get more out of your work when you focus on just one thing at a time. This makes you happier and more fulfilled. It's not enough to just get things done. You need to give what you do value and cause. Making thoughtful single-tasking a part of your daily life will help you concentrate, get more done, and feel better all around. It will help you deal with life's distractions and keep your mind on what's important if you follow this Stoic lesson. It's not easy to stay focused in a world full of things that want your attention, but it is doable. Stoicism has timeless lessons that can help us stay focused and on purpose no matter what life throws at us. We can regain our focus and live a more meaningful life by setting up a dedicated workspace, using time blocks, following the 2-minute rule, setting up digital boundaries, taking planned breaks, keeping a brain dump journal, and practicing mindful single-tasking. The Stoics thought that the key to a happy life is not to never face problems, but to learn how to deal with them in a wise and strong way. We can stay on track, reach our goals, and live a life that is in line with our core values if we learn from these lessons. Stoicism can help you deal with the things that come up in life, and remember that real attention comes from inside.